Hi there, I'm Math Mom, and today we're going to be talking about probability. Probability is a mathematical term that measures the likelihood of an event happening. The event hasn't happened yet. You're going to choose a specific outcome that you want, and that outcome, the chance of that outcome happening, is going to be measured in terms of a probability. So probability is normally expressed as a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. But no matter which format is used, probability always occurs between 0 and 1. 0 represents the probability that the event cannot happen. It's not possible and it will never happen. 1 represents the probability that the outcome is certain. It has to happen. It is the only event that can happen. You are positive that you're going to get that outcome. That is represented as a probability of 1. So the fraction would be 1 over 1, the decimal would be 1.0, and the percentage would be 100%. Now, to actually put a probability in a numerical form, we can have something like a cube. We count the number of sides on the cube, and the total number of sides on the cube is 6. That becomes our denominator. When we roll the cube along the table, it can only land with one side facing up. So if we look at this particular cube, every single surface on the cube has a blue dot. So we count the number of blue dots on the cube, and there are also 6. Now, if we are interested in the probability of rolling this cube along the table and getting a blue dot, we count the number of blue dots on it. It's 6, and that is our numerator, because the numerator is the outcome that we're interested in. So we can say, what's the probability of rolling this cube on the table and getting a blue dot? The blue dot is what we're interested in. The total number of sides on the cube is 6. It's 1 over 1. So the probability of getting a blue dot is 1 or 100%. Which makes sense because the only dot we can get when we roll the cube is blue. Now, let's have a look at another cube. This one here looks the same, but instead of every side being colored blue, we have one red dot. So we can say, if we're going to roll this cube along the table, what is the probability of it landing so there is a blue dot on top? Well, our denominator is still the same, because there are 6 possible outcomes when we roll the cube, because this cube has 6 sides. Now we are interested in the probability of getting a blue dot. The cube has 5 sides that are blue. So this is the probability of having a blue dot when we roll the cube. And if we say, what is the probability that the cube will land with the red dot on top? Well, the cube has one red dot, which is our numerator. The denominator remains the same, and this is the probability of getting a red dot. If someone asks, what's the probability of getting a green dot if we roll this cube, it would be 0, because there are no green dots on the cube. So sometimes terminology is used to describe the chance of the probability of a certain outcome. So on a test, if they ask you to use terms like never, slightly possible, uncertain, likely, extremely possible, what they're doing is they're asking you to use words to quantify the probability along the number line between 0 and 1. So to sum up, we'll just use another example. Say you never buy a lottery ticket, ever. Your chance of winning the lottery has to be 0 because you have not purchased a ticket. But people don't think that way. They think if they buy a ticket, they may win the lottery. So say there are 24 million people who have purchased lottery tickets, and you have bought one ticket. This is you. You're the numerator with your one ticket. So the chance of you winning the lottery has increased because you've actually purchased a ticket, but your number of 1 over 24 million is still really close to 0, which is why it's an unlikely event that it will happen. So in summary, probability is always expressed as a number between 0 and 1. 0 means that it will never happen, it's not possible. 1 means that it's certain, it must happen. So the next video that we'll do on probability, we will have some actual word problems that we can use to practice this concept. Thanks for watching and see you next time.